Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Thanks for watching my video today. Today I'm going to be doing a swipe and balloon kiss on a 30 centimeter by 40 centimeter canvas using autumn colors. Today I decided to do an autumn color theme. I'm going to be using oranges and reds, and here we go. So this is Brilliant Red by Mont Marte. And this is a custom gorgeous gold green. Sorry about that. My Yorkie is saying hello. This is a gorgeous orange by Eraldo de Paolo. I do speed up the boring parts where I'm just pouring the paint onto the canvas. And this is a custom-made mauve that was a little bit too dark, so I added some white, which did make a little bit of a strange color, but it goes really well with all the other colors, so I used it anyway. And this is a beautiful lemon yellow by Mont Marte that I just swirl all over the place to hopefully get some interesting effects coming through. And then I just top it up with a bit of the red and the green, just to make sure that they are the main colors and they don't get lost at the bottom of the paint. On top I add a bit of Monastral, I think that's how you say it, green by Mont Marte. It's a beautiful bright green, and a little bit of pearl white by Dimensions Mont Marte, just to see if I can get a bit of an interesting effect coming through with that pearl white. And now I blow out some of the bubbles with my torch. And from my past experiences, I decide this time to not be shy with my tilting. I know I've got a ton of paint on this canvas and can afford to tilt off a fair amount and make sure that I don't have too much paint left over on the canvas like I used to do. So I tilt off a fair amount, and then I make sure that the rest of the paint is even on the canvas and not all, left on one side of the canvas. And then I torch out all my bubbles, and you can see some gorgeous cells coming through. I forgot to mention that I do use silicone. I use about 1 drop per 100 mils. I'm going to swipe now. My swipe color is a beautiful dark green. Now, I normally don't like green, but because I'm going with the autumn colors, I took Sap Green and I put a bit of black in it to make it darker, and I'm using that as well, my swipe color. Not using too much. Normally I use a lot more, but I don't want such a thick band in the middle, so I don't use too much. And when I swipe, I do it quite slowly. I enjoy seeing the color mix with others and the other colors coming up to the surface. It is one of my favorite parts of this entire process. And there you can see the bright green coming up, you can see the orange, you can see the red, you can even see the white. I think that's stunning. And then slowly you can see some cells popping up. can now see the benefit of not having such a thick band of your swipe color in the middle, because the center is not solid with green, and you can see the reds and the oranges in the center. Often when I have a thick band, I cannot see any color in the middle at all. Right, so now I start torching. I take my time. I had to speed up the video by 4 because I took so long. I start off quite far away from the canvas just to heat up the paint and pop bubbles, and then slowly start going in closer to get some cells. I really take my time on this one. Normally I will heat up and torch everywhere to get as many cells as I can, but this time I decided to go a different way. I do not want a lot of cells, I do not want massive cells, and I don't want a bunch of clusters. So I get a few small clusters, but this time I want some blank, for lack of a better word, spaces where there are no cells. And here is a close-up of the canvas straight after I've torched. So you can see there's not that many cells, and it's looking quite good. This is half an hour after the torching. The cells have grown, but they are not massive. Some of them are together, you know, they clumped together and bumping up against each other, but they are pretty good. This is now an hour later, and it's time to do my balloon work. And I've got quite a big balloon that I'll start off with, and I'll go for a balloon slide. And once I do this, I realize that my paint is now too dry. It has gone tacky and I waited too long. So because I have less paint on my canvas than usual, I should not have waited an hour, but I did. So I'm just going to have to work with it, and it will be different to usual. The kisses will not be the same. As you can see there, it is very different to what I normally get, but that's okay. Each of them are unique and beautiful, and I just work with it and play with it and enjoy it. I use my big balloons on all the corners, and it looks like the paint has gone a bit brown. It's not brown, it's a mixture of the greens and the oranges together, and gold from the sap, from the gold green. That balloon dip is absolutely beautiful to me. I really like that one. And I'll go on all the clusters to try and get some flower type effects. But because there are a lot less cells than usual, I don't get a lot of those. And I'm okay with that. That was my goal, to get something slightly different and not a massive amount of balloon work, just in between and leaving a fair amount of green space. Just something different to what I normally do. So I'm going to put some music on and just let you watch the balloon work. Okay, so I am done ballooning. I love the effects I've got. It's very different. Some of the balloon dips are actually medallions and not kisses. I think it is different to what I've made before and I really like it. I have a stick that I embellish some of the little cells with, which gives it that last bit of character. I like running through cells, it gives it a flowery effect and sometimes breaks up some of the bigger, not that attractive cells. Your top right hand corner, I love what I ended up doing there. I did struggle with it, as you saw, but I think the final result is so interesting and so different. That is why I showed you a quick close up. It is shiny and shimmery and just so different. I love it. This canvas, from the camera point of view, looks a little bit weird, but the colors are a lot more vibrant when you look at it without the camera. And hopefully in the close-ups you can see how shiny it is and how beautiful it actually is. I really enjoyed this. It was interesting to do. It was a challenge. Hopefully next time I get the time right, the timing, along with the amount of paint that I have. At the end, it turned out to be a really pretty painting. I'm sure people that enjoy, there, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? People that enjoy autumn tones or earthy tones will like this. There you can see how shiny it is and interesting. Here the colors are not true to what they really are. The camera does not show, excuse me, the vibrancy, but I think it's beautiful in the end. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please tell me what you think. I'd really love that. Thank you very much. See you again. Bye.